guys, hope you are doing well. Making a new trade recap video, especially going through entire Friday price action. Before NFP. Um, I will share the trades. I will share the way I saw the market, my my process behind multi-time frame analysis, putting everything together, and hope you like it. So let's start. Daily time frame. Okay, so after this internal bullish break of structure on the daily time frame, I understand that the pullback, right, the pullback of this daily leg I start. Okay, after this internal post bullish, we have this internal strong low and internal weak high on the daily. Okay, because we have internal post bullish, which indicate that after this change of character on the daily time frame, I personally don't expect price to go to the downside straight away, just because we have the daily chalk in line with this leg. The reason why, because this is an internal strong daily low, so this can be just a pullback, right? Mitigate something. I imagine this demand, and then have the alignment again. We have internal post bullish, or internal of internal if you prefer, and we have now alignment with this internal leg, and price will continue to the upside. However, I also understand that maybe, and it's not very relevant because it's a daily time frame, it happens, it takes a lot of the time, but maybe this internal post bullish was used just to mitigate something. We already reached EQ, a little bit of premium. Yes, we still have unmitigated stuff above, so that's why I'm not very convinced. But after the daily chop, if the internal daily structure remains bearish, right, it can just keep going, and we actually break this daily protected internal low, and we just keep following them. Okay, so until it change. When it change, okay, we have now alignment, and we're probably going to the upside. Nothing very important, but just my opinion on the daily time frame. We don't care too much about this because it's a daily, but yeah, just my idea. For our time frame, we have let me go back. We have this bullish leg, right, and then a bearish pause. So this is a protected and strong 4-hour swing high, and we are in the premium prices of that swing leg. So just by looking at the 4-hour time frame, what we have a price at pro trend, right, because 4-hour is bearish, in premium prices after strip all this liquidity. I personally will never look for price at this stage, because in my opinion is not worth it. The area of value is not good. Okay, so basically just based on the 4-hour time frame, when I'm going to the session, I'm not looking for longs. We are in premium prices of the 4-hour swing leg. We swept this liquidity, and we are pro trend for our I don't want to keep buying and trading through a protected strong 4-hour swing high. So I'm looking for sales. Okay, however, we also need to pay attention of this internal boss bullish, and this is a little bit more complex, but I think it can help you, right? If you are new, forget this part. If you are not and you already went through the advanced technical analysis new content, you will understand that after this internal boss bullish, we create this internal protected strong low and this internal weak targeted internal high. Okay, so I want to take sales, of course, right? But I also understand if I take sales, I can't expect straight away this low to go, because this low internally is strong, is protected. It calls the internal boss bullish. So if price tends to do something like that, we have now alignment, right, with this internal bullish leg, and price will continue to the upside. So yes, I will be looking for sells, and until internal structure remains bearish, I will keep selling. But I just understand that if I take a sell, I will not target straight away this low, just because we are on the 4-hour bearish, right, and premium prices, because this is still a protected internal 4-hour low. I hope it makes sense. If you are new, probably will not understand this, but I think with time it becomes easier and easier, and yeah, that's why I was looking for a sell. Going to the M15, I can understand this is quite confusing for you, so don't worry if you don't understand. With time and experience, I think it becomes clear and clear, so don't worry about that. M15, I just start here marking the swing size and swing lows, right? We have this pulse. I personally mark this entire leg. I like to focus on the major swings, right? I don't count pip rules, never use that, but and then we have another boss bearish again and boss bullish. So swing high, so I have the swing low, right, on M15, swing high. Just looking at this, please tell me if it makes sense looking for buys. I personally don't think so, because we are in super premium prices of this M15 leg. So super premium prices, a lot of liquidity here, high probability POIs. Taking a buy from here is definitely not something I'm looking for. I'm not interested in taking a buy from this area. Plus, I understand that after the pause, what to expect, a pullback, okay? So after the break of structure, stop, keep taking these continuations, wait for the choke, and when the choke happen after the pause, we can take the pullback to the downside, playing, right, like I said, the complex pullback of this M15 bullish leg, but also understand that 4 hour is bearish and we reach the premium prices, so this complex pullback of this M15 bullish leg can actually follow through, okay? We have time frame logic behind, so this pullback can actually follow through. It's important to understand that. So it makes sense looking for sales, okay? So going to the session, I have this. I mark these two POIs because, in my opinion, they are a very high probability. We have the extreme, of course, and then we have the flip, okay? We have also this inducement below. It's easier on M5, but you can see here all this liquidity, okay? All this liquidity working, working as inducement, right, to the POI above. We also swap liquidity, which increases massively the probability of the trade, and yeah, going to the session, knowing everything I just said after the boss expressed the pullback, the choke, all that stuff, I'm expecting lower prices. So something that I also want to let you know is I'm here on M15 majority of my time, and I only jump to my entry time frame only when price reach my refine or my M15 POI, okay? I'm not looking to M1 choke here. I just draw my POIs on M15, set my alarms, price reach these POIs, I then look to M1. If price, for example, sweep here, I'm not going to M1, I just look to M1 again in this POI. What I'm trying to say is just look for your M1 or entry model when price actually reach a good area of value and not just everywhere, okay? That's very important, and yeah. So as I was waiting during session, why it's not working? Okay, it's not working. Okay, price taps into my POI. Let's look for my M1 entry model. So M1 price also reach this M5 very clean. That's of liquidity. I always like to see what price mitigates inside the POI. Okay. What you have? So liquidation. I look left. For me, all this is liquidity, especially these equal highs here. We also have something here, but not, for me, it's not the best. I personally really like the way price swap all this liquidity, right? So for me, the liquidation is completed, and if you prefer these equal highs, up to you. So liquidation, right? V shape. For me, the V shape, this. For me, this V shape. You can see the wicks, right? Aggressive push to the downside. Change of character. Okay, it's here. The shock down, and the flip. Okay, so the flip here, it was a fractal flip, which means it's visible on M1, but the flip is actually happening on the, in this case, 30 seconds. So you can see that price went to the downside. You can see this wick, right? Price went down, went up, and went down again. Okay, you go to the 30 seconds just to understand. Okay, 30 seconds, you can see price push up, push down, push up, and push down. So this is the flip. Okay, so you can now on 30 seconds understand a little bit better the POI, and this extreme, in my opinion, did absolutely nothing. No interaction, right? Did not achieve anything. The break happened after this flip. So even though it's a decisional POI, for me was high probability. Okay, I was not looking to take a trade in this unless I have a very clean price action to confirm that on the seconds time frame, because I use the seconds. But I understand that for me the extreme, even though it's extreme, is not high probability. It did nothing, and this for me is the most high probability setup for me, right? If you have a different opinion, yeah, it's up to you, but for me that was the clean POI, and that was where I was interested to get involved. So you can get involved anything inside here. 1 pip stop loss like is more than enough, so you can just put your entry right here. You can target the low, so but I will just put 10R. Okay, so let me just 10R. Okay, so when price, you can see that price straight away push to the upside, you can just smash on market execute. So yeah, we're still in the trade. Currently I'm using 5R or around 5R, because if it's like 4 point something and is a good area of value or a logic area of value, I move to break even, but mainly 5R to move to break even, and something I'm testing at the moment. So yeah, and yeah, I then get involved with everything that I want to see in the trade, and now I'm in the trade. What should I do now? Okay, so I understand that for me, nothing is, for me, this low is not getting run unless, right, unless price break this low. When price break this low, because if you go, and this can be difficult for you if you are quite new, because you can see something like that, and it is completely fine on M1. I just read higher time frames on the M1 time frame, and I can see, for example, if you go to M10, right, you can see that this is a push down and this is a push up. Okay, so this is the true significant low. So only when price breaks below, I can assume the low is going to get run. So M1 time frame, I understand that price have all the reasons to push down and continue to the upside, mitigate something here and continue to the upside. Okay, this is a risk that depends on each individual. If you prefer to wait for the push down, the break at least of the significant M1 low, and then take the pullback, perfect. There's no right or wrong here. You need to find your own criteria, your own trading plan. Okay, I'm not super aggressive, but I also not super conservative, and I was happy to take this trade. It met all the criteria. The POI, this M5 POI was very, very nice. We already reached premium prices. We have liquidation of all these inducement, right? The chalk, the flip, the V-shape. So yeah, it's met my plan. But I understand that if you prefer, you can just wait for this low to go, or this, right, this demand to fail, and then you take the retest, and then you continue to the downside. So find your own rules. Okay, I got involved here, and yeah, price continue. If you move to break even after, I don't know, after this, probably end up as a break even. It is what it is. And yeah, and price continue to the downside. This one takes a little bit of time, but end up with a take profit hit. Okay, so this was the first trade. Quite simple, right? Just mechanical rules. The difficult part, like I said, was combining everything together, knowing that after the boss, the chalk, M15, we have this clear shift, right? Demand fails, supply takes over. Find the correct POI, look for M1 entry, okay? In line with this 4-hour swing bearish leg. Okay, so next trade. Price went to the upside, right? And then reach this POI, okay? And there is a lot of reasons to look for sells here, okay? So let's go to the M1 time frame. Okay, so let's start. So okay, let me just put something. Okay, I understand that this refined POI for me, that's hyperweight POI didn't get tapped, but does not mean that I want to get involved. Okay. Okay, so here I personally don't have this set. For me, this is not according my plan because price went to the downside. Okay, so at this stage, why I personally don't took this trade? So again, it's valid if you took this trade. I personally don't think it's super high probability, and I don't have this on my trading plan. First and foremost, I really don't like the way these highs were formed. Second, you have here the push down, right? The push up and the push down again. So if you go, for example, to M5, you can see that price already mitigate this M5 demand. Okay, price mitigate. You notice that when I get involved here, let me see, when I get involved here, I get involved here before price reach significant demand. Okay, even though price reached the demand and pushed to the upside, I didn't get involved here after price mitigates something here, because after price mitigates something here, this is important why you should analyze every detail. Price can mitigate this and continue higher. Okay, so you can see that, for example, when price reached this POI, if you took here a sell, you took a loss. Okay, why? Because price can have all the reasons to mitigate this and continue higher, because we are bullish and we reach the very extreme, so we have all the possibilities to move higher. In this situation here, when I get involved, was just before that. Okay, so here on this example, first and foremost, I don't like how the highs were formed, and then price to mitigate this M5 demand. You don't need to have this M5, you just understanding that the push down, right, the push up, and to take sales, I prefer to take sales around here, but at this point in time, price mitigates demand and chop, you can see here, bullish again. So in my opinion, taking a trade here, and I know I received a few message of people that took this trade, and like I said, it's valid, but just a little bit more detail on your analysis, in my opinion, can save you from taking this trade, because price push to the upside, push down, you can see here, push down, mitigated, protected, strong M5 internal leg, right, bullish leg, and chop bullish again. Okay, so now we have alignment of this bullish leg. I don't want to take any sales from here unless I have at least one confirmation entry. Okay, I will not set a risk entry. That's just me. Okay, if you take this trade, it's not the end of the world. Okay, you are playing the area, price already reached the M15 POI, so it's not the end of the world. It's just a little bit more aggressive, in my opinion. Okay, so especially after the shock bullish back again, so we have the push up, the push down, price shock bullish in line with this, and now price is continuing to the upside, so at least wait for a confirmation entry. Okay, that's just my opinion. Price swept so we have here the sweep. Okay, sweep of liquidity, and price continue to the downside, and my second position. Okay, so if I go to the M5, what you have? We have this push down. Okay, you have this boss, right, on M5. You have this M5 bearish leg. Okay, and it's the same on all time frames. Okay, you have the push up, the push down, and the push up. In this case, price failed to close above here, so I will just consider this as a push down and then this as a push up. Okay, so when price break below here, we have internal boss bearish. What does that mean? We have internal boss bearish in line with this M5 bearish structure. What we know about that? We know that now we have the alignment needed, and this low, especially with these equal lows, will get run. Okay, so I will repeat myself just to make clear. I have this bearish leg on M5. Imagine this is H1, H4, daily, whatever. After this internal boss bearish, because you can see the push, so let me put an arrow. We have the push down, the push up, and the push down. Okay, I'm not counting these two legs, but you can count out just because the price didn't close above, just weak. But you can see that we now internal boss bearish. We now this low gets run with a body break, so I have now alignment, and this low is likely to get run. For me, this liquidity to get target. Okay, so this demand here is just a reaction point for me. Okay, it's just something that provide a pullback and continue to downside. In this situation, I knew that, I'm not saying that I knew, but I was confident the low is going to get run, and I have two POIs to look for. Okay, so I have this POI, right? Let me just go to M1, it's easier. I have this POI, right? This is a flip. I'll just put the wick because it's cleaner. This is a very large POI. So I have this POI that is a flip, wave inducement, okay, wave inducement, and we have this POI as well, this acting as inducement. I personally don't think this is a super high probability POI. Straight push, no inducement, yeah, I prefer these two. So I was not sure which one will hold, and that's fine, okay. You can see if you put premium versus discount, okay, both are on premium. These are more in premium, but this still enough EQ plus, okay. So this is a flip, right, with inducement, so it's still high probability in my opinion. So when price reach here, okay, let me just so when price reach here, I understood that price was reacting to this M5 demand, but it's just a reaction point, okay. I'm not expecting to have higher prices because, like I said, we have this internal boss bearish, okay. This internal boss bearish in line with this M5 leg. So okay, so when price reach here, I personally jumped to the 5S because it's how I trade, and there was no entry according to my plan, unless you took a stop order, but I don't like stop order, so it's not according to my plan, and I keep falling price. At this stage, right, I'm not looking to take trade on 5S. I'm definitely not. I want to take trade in this area, but and you can see the M1, this is the same, so it's M1, you can see the M1 shock, right, the flip, this was a gap, right. So when price went to the upside, quite simple this one, okay. What you have here, price here fill the gap, okay. You can see price went to the upside, sweep liquidity went to the downside, okay. So we have a flip formed through sweep of liquidity, okay. So just put everything inside here, makes sense to look for sales, okay. Let me see. I personally was not sure, right, if price would be reaching here, okay. We have still this POI, so you can just use 1.5, like is more than enough. Okay, so price went here, you get involved. Go back to M1. What you have here on M1, we know that we are bearish, right? We have a push down, push up, push down, push up, push down, push up, push down. After this chop, right, we have the indication that at least this low goes, and this low already mitigates M5 demand, so a lot of orders have already been absorbed. So I expect that if this low goes, very likely that the low will getting run, okay. So around 5R, I remember that it was around 4.5R that I moved to break even because I had this POI that I was not quite sure price could mitigate and pop higher, but I moved to break even at this point. You can see on the photon markups, I believe. Okay, so I moved to break even, and the price continue to the downside. Let me just put 1.5. When price was moving to the downside, we were approaching NFP, okay, so I closed something around this, I think it was 7 or 6 point something, but in the end of the day, price continued to the downside. Yeah, those were my two positions. Hope you could understand my point of view, and yeah, you don't need to trade like me, of course. the goal with this is not to convince you to trade like this or trade like me. The goal is for you to pick one, two things from this trade recap, implement into your trading, and build your own trading plan. Okay, you need to build your own way of trading. You can't copy myself, David, or Matt. You just need to understand your own way, because there is nothing wrong, for example, to wait for this break and all and then take the trade. Okay, I was happy to take the trade earlier, but does not mean that I did something wrong and you did something right, or vice versa. Okay, you need to understand your own trade plan, and you need to understand if you are, if it will be a little bit more aggressive or a little bit more conservative. Find your own rules. Okay, and even on the second trade, let me see again. If this trade doesn't fit your plan, no worries, it's not a trade. Study why I personally don't think this is a good trade, this one, right? Because price already mitigate and 5 demand, and we have a chop bullish back again. So for me, this high is like to get run. I can still take it, but I prefer to have one confirmation entry. When I'm not sure, I wait for a confirmation. Is nothing wrong about not being sure. A lot of the times I'm in the market, I'm not sure like which POI will hold, I don't know. Wait for confirmation, there's nothing wrong with that. We don't need to take a risk entry here. There's nothing wrong waiting for more confirmation. Okay. And yeah, we'll stop here, otherwise I'll keep talking. So hope you guys like this video. Let me know, and see you soon.